Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing a review on the new Phaser X from SATA and doing a side-by-side comparison on the new 5500, just the normal SATA 5500. Now, honestly, they're exactly the same thing. The only difference is that the Phaser is designed by Porsche, and well, it's very expensive. Now, if I was just a normal DIY, I would not recommend getting these guns at all. They're just far too expensive. But if you're a SATA nut and you're in the painting trade, I would highly recommend getting the SATA, but probably just stick to the normal 5500. But if you want to be different and stick out from the crowd, get yourself a Phaser. Now I'll go through all the parts of the guns and show you how identical they really are. For the air caps, the only big difference is obviously the styling of each of them. And the other big difference is, well, that just says Phaser on it. There's really not much else. The air holes are exactly the same for each. I'll zoom up on there for you. Exactly the same. For the fluid tip, well, they're really not different at all. Now for the needles, they're still exactly the same. The only big difference is one says Phaser on it. And they're both eye patterns as well. Here, both the guns fully assembled. Now, the only way to make this gun digital, well, is to throw an expensive atom gauge on it. No, don't get me wrong, that is an amazing gun, but it's very expensive, which brings me to the price of them each. And I'll show you that over here. So this is for the SATA Phaser. This is the Australian price. So for retail price, if you're not in the trade, it's going to set you back a fair bit. It's $2,453, and it cost me just near $1,500. And that top bit there is for the SATA Atom, which is pretty pricey. It's almost just as much as say like a GTI Pro Lite. And over here is just the normal 5500. Now I do have it in a HVLP. They're exactly the same in the price pretty much. Big price difference there compared to the Phaser X. Now for those who are interested, I'll show you the weight of the guns. Just for the normal 5500. That is 527 grams. Now for the Phaser. That is 506 grams. Now the Phaser is lighter, but when you chuck this digital gauge on it, the atom gauge, brings that up to 540 grams. Which for some, that's not a big weight difference, but still they've made a lot of gun, and then you have to chuck a digital gauge on it, and it sort of defeats the purpose of it being lighter, I guess. I've used these guns for about a year now. The phaser, I've obviously used it for just under about 3 months now. I've only been in the trade for a year, being a first year apprentice actually. If you want to know how I afford these guns, well, I was actually painting houses for around 4 years before I started in the automotive finishing trade, so that's how I afford these guns. I've blown a lot of money on them. I would highly recommend getting the normal 5500s. I wouldn't recommend the phaser, but it is very pricey, as already mentioned. Mainly if you wanted the phaser, it's more of a showpiece than anything. Yes, I do use it every single day, but for those who have a gun collection, I suppose, probably very ideal for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.